Namibia has just completely cleared its debt obligations to the International Monetary Fund. Zero balance, nothing owed. Under the iron-willed leadership of President Dr. Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, this fearless daughter of the soil has done what many thought was impossible in today's Africa. She didn't just reduce the debt, she wiped it out. And let me tell you straight, without any sugarcoating, this bombshell is causing absolute panic in the corridors of power where too many so-called leaders are busy signing away our future with one loan after another. Yes, you heard me right. Namibia's outstanding debt to the IMF now stands at exactly zero. Official data shows the country repaid every last cent, around $23.8 million in direct obligations reflected up to March this year, but the bigger story is the discipline behind it. This comes hot on the heels of Mozambique, another southern African sister nation, which stunned everyone by fully repaying roughly $700 million, about 514 million SDRs, to the IMF ahead of schedule in March 2026. Mozambique's slate is now clean, and no more listing, no outstanding credit. Two countries in quick succession saying enough to the endless cycle. The question on every conscious African's lips is, why are the others still trapped? I'm speaking to you as a real Pan-Africanist journalist who has walked the dusty roads of our villages set with struggling mothers in Kibera and in Katutura and watched how debt is silently killing our progress. This Namibian breakthrough didn't fall from the sky. It is the direct result of bold, no-nonsense leadership by a woman who refuses to play the old game that has kept Africa on its knees for far too long. President Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah took office in March 2025 as Namibia's first female president, inheriting an economy facing real pressures, unemployment, inequality from our painful apartheid past, and the constant temptation to borrow more just to service old loans. But instead of continuing business as usual, she hit the ground running with reforms that shocked even her own cabinet. First bombshell, she slashed the bloated cabinet from 21 ministers down to just 14. Why? To slash wasteful spending, kill duplication, and stop using public positions as rewards for political loyalty. In most African countries, cabinets grow fatter every year while the people grow poorer. Not in Namibia under this president. Efficiency over ego, that's the new standard. Then she made an even bigger power move. She pulled the entire oil, gas, and green hydrogen portfolio directly under the presidency. No more leaving strategic national resources in the hands of ministers who might be tempted by quick deals. She wants every drop of benefit from these discoveries, the offshore oil finds, the green hydrogen potential that could power not just Namibia but the region, to flow straight to the Namibian people. Schools, clinics, youth jobs, rural development. Not into private pockets or foreign accounts. When she temporarily took over the mines and energy docket herself after dismissing a minister over alleged breach of directives on oil licenses, the message rang loud. Resource sovereignty is non-negotiable. This is real Pan-Africanism in action. Our minerals, our oil, our future must serve us first, and she's not stopping at resources. Starting in 2026, public universities and vocational institutions in Namibia will be 100% subsidized by the state. No tuition fees, no registration fees, free higher education for the next generation. Imagine that, in a continent where brilliant young minds are forced to drop out because parents can't pay, or they graduate with debts that crush them before they even start working. This woman is investing in human capital like her life depends on it, because the future of Africa actually does. On corruption, she doesn't play. She has openly declared graft as treason against the people and is pushing hard on consequence management. No more endless investigations that go nowhere. Officials who steal or misuse public funds will face real punishment. This is not the usual empty talk we hear at AU summits. This is a leader walking the talk, and it terrifies those who have built empires on borrowed money and kickbacks. Now let's talk the hard truth about debt in Africa. Debt has been a curse worse than many colonial hangovers. After independence, our nations borrowed to build, fair enough, but what followed was decades of structural adjustment programs that forced cuts to social spending while opening doors to exploitative deals. Then came the new debt wave, Eurobonds, commercial loans, bilateral deals with hidden terms, and endless IMF/World Bank facilities. Today, many African countries spend more on debt servicing than on health and education combined. Some pay more in interest than they invest in infrastructure. Corrupt leaders treat loans like personal ATM cards. Billions enter the country for development projects, but a huge chunk disappears through inflated contracts, ghost companies, overpriced consultants, and straight-out theft. Illicit financial flows drain Africa of over $80 to $100 billion every single year, more than the aid we receive. Leaders fly to Davos or Washington, smile for cameras, sign new loan agreements, and come back with fresh cash that quickly evaporates. The people are left with the bill: higher taxes on small businesses, removal of subsidies on fuel and food, crumbling hospitals without medicine, schools without books, and youth with no jobs who risk their lives crossing the Sahara or Mediterranean. This debt trap has kept Africa behind. While East Asia used disciplined strategic investment and protection of domestic industries to industrialize and lift hundreds of millions out of poverty, too much of Africa remains stuck exporting raw cocoa, copper, cobalt, oil, and diamonds, then importing finished products at 10 times the price. Debt weakens our sovereignty. Creditors dictate